Or you want me to start rattling off
Is
some
it
numbers
good
here?
news, bad news? Meeting expectations, failing
I
expectations?
guess it depends on where you sit. I mean, I think, economists were predicting a 2.9% inflation rate compared to last year, year over year. And it came in at 3.1%. So everybody was like, oh my God, hair's on fire. Inflation is out of control, blah, 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 blah. Well, let's put this in perspective. Inflation year over year in December was 3.4%. So we went from 3.4% to 3.1%, right? We're still going down. Inflation is still coming down. It's still slowing on a year over year basis. It's just that a whole bunch of economists were wrong, and they've been reading the economy wrong for a while now. So, you know, pardon me, crocodile tears. Uh, that inflation didn't cool as much as anticipated. I think the important part is inflation cooled year over year. The core numbers, core number is always a little higher than the top line number. And there was a tiny bit of when there's inflation gets confusing when you talk about year over year numbers versus month over month
Yeah.
numbers. So there was a little bit of acceleration in month over month numbers. Inflation top line was 0.3% over December, where December was only 0.2%. So there's a little bit of an uptick there. Same with the core numbers. But overall, I think it's just, markets are having a cow because they've baked in interest rate cuts starting in March or April, and there's no way that's going to happen. And they're finally realizing that their advice to their investment bankers and their customers and their model projections have been wrong. I mean, Jerome Powell, chair of the Fed, has been saying all along that the path between 4% and 2% is going to be bumpy, and it's not going to be linear.
Well,
So
Steve, just in the last minute that we have here, you weren't fooled.
Well, I'm still looking at the Fed balance sheet. They've been piling up treasuries and mortgage-backed securities for so long that until they roll off a lot more of their balance sheet, I'm not sure that inflation is going to get down to 2%. But it remains to be seen.